Things I want the grandchildren to know about me. First off, I'm English by birth. And as a kid living in England, I loved West Ham United. There's their shirt. Where are we? West Ham United. Yeah, the Mighty Hammers. Loved them as a kid, and just like the Crows and Power here in Adelaide. They were a London club, and they still are a London club, and loved them deeply. I had a happy childhood in England. I was loved by my grandparents and spoilt rotten by my maternal grandparents, who saw me a lot more often than my paternal grandparents. Absolutely spoilt rotten. My granddad used to visit, because he was a sales rep for a defence engineering or electrical engineering company, and he used to visit all around Europe and also visit companies in England as well. And whenever he came to visit, I used to get a present, so a leaving present when he was leaving, and then I sort of managed to wangle that so it would be coming to visit present and a leaving present as well. So I had him around my little finger, but he adored me, and quite naturally, of course he did. And I adored my granddad too, absolutely adored him. It was very sad because he ended up contracting Alzheimer's and just deteriorated over a period of years, and it was very, very sad. When I was 10, Mum and Dad decided, that's it, we're moving from England, we're moving to Australia. I'd never heard of Australia, but we're moving to Australia, and we had a choice of either moving to Sydney or Adelaide. And Mum and Dad liked the look of the pictures of Adelaide, so they chose Adelaide, and we moved to Adelaide. And within about a year of moving to Adelaide, Dad had found work, and we'd managed to be able to get a mortgage through the Housing Trust, as it used to be known, and the place in Athelston, the Athelston Cantilla Drive, was built, and we moved in, and it's been in the family ever since. So it's from new we've had it. And one of the first memories I have of Australia was being on a football oval. Mum and Dad, we went for a walk, and we were near a football oval, so we were walking around the football oval, and I breathed in really deeply, and it hurt because the air was so clean compared to the air in London that it hurt to breathe. That was one of my earliest recollections of Australia. I didn't like Australia at first. It was so different to how things were in England. I had no reference points as such. Everything was different, and I had no friends, or left all my friends behind. Left my grandparents, who I loved, behind. So it was all very, very different. But after a while, I'd made a couple of friends, and went to the local Catholic school and made more friends there, and remained friends with them up until this present day. So we've been friends 40 odd years. 30 years, 35 years, something like that. A long time, and we're still good mates. So that's pretty spectacular if you can do that. If you can hold on to friends who've known you through thick and thin, and still love you. That's an impressive and important thing to do. I didn't really get on with school very much. I wasn't a studier, I wasn't an academic sort of kid. I just liked the social life. But one thing that did catch my interest was the drama. Once a year the school would put on a play, and the year 11s and year 12s would act in it. And I first off started with my mates, started working backstage, and then eventually I gave acting a go and just fell in love with it. Just loved the make-believe of it all. And that was the only thing that kept me at school was the drama. Just doing drama lessons and loving it. In fact, the drama was so big in the school that when our particular year finished, its school year, we went on to form our own theatre company. We didn't want to stop doing drama. We formed our own theatre company, and that existed for quite a few years. It was a fabulous thing, the Court Theatre Company, and we put on plays to critical acclaim, and it was a good thing. It was a good thing, but I guess what school taught me, or what the college, the Catholic college taught me, was that you don't have to rely just on academic ability to be able to get by. I've dropped out of high school when I was in year 12. I dropped out and got a job, and instead of it being the sort of the end of my life, I decided to study in my adult years. So in my adult years, I got a degree, an undergraduate degree in psychology, and then a postgraduate degree. Later on in my 50s, I got a postgraduate degree in counselling. So you can go back and do extra study if you want to. You just don't have to think that's it. I'm leaving school. I'm never going to study again. It's now an age where you've got to continually reinvent yourself. You've got to continually skill up and take on new skills if you're going to survive. So that's what school and England and everything taught me.